Ubisoft. You know, I was somewhat excited for your conference. I really wanted to see what kind of stuff you had coming out, especially with titles such as Watch Dogs, which all the stuff I've seen for that so far makes that game look amazing. And of course it was showcased here, but I'm going to try to go in chronological order from the things that were shown. First off, we open up with an Alice in Chains concert advertising Rocksmith, which I don't know if anybody even bought the original Rocksmith. So anyway, we'll move that out of the way. Going into Splinter Cell Blacklist. Now, the Splinter Cell games, from my understanding, were originally stealth games. I mean, I've played a little bit of Pandora Tomorrow, the original, and Chaos Theory, but Conviction, because everybody wants a sequel from the same people that made Splinter Cell Conviction, right? I mean, just looking at that trailer, this is an action game first and foremost. It's no longer stealth. That and the lack of Michael Ironside makes me just want to completely disregard this game. No point, nothing to see here at all. Premise sounds halfway decent, I guess. We are the Blacklist, and for every week that you don't give into our demands, we're going to attack a U.S. military base. Typical Tom Clancy fare here, guys. We have the epic quest for the mighty loot, which to me was, besides Watch Dogs, the highlight of Ubisoft's conference. This was probably the most hilarious game trailer I've seen in quite some time. Which, speaking of hilarious, I want to touch on something about this conference in particular. The host of this conference, so far this has been the most unprofessional host of the conference. There's a difference between being able to make a joke while still keeping this level of profession to making these horrible jokes about your sex life and how you're a bad parent. All in bad taste, in my opinion. It was really awkward for this hostess to come out here and do this. I thought that it was very, very poorly handled in that regard. And I hope she does not do another conference for Ubisoft and any other gaming convention in the future. I did not like this hostess at all. But moving back, Rayman Legends, which I believe is a game that has been delayed for quite some time because Ubisoft is very greedy and doesn't want the Wii U to have a title before anybody else. So, it still looks like a good game. I still want to pick it up. I don't know if it's coming out on... Well, it should be coming out on a console that I'll have, so probably be something I'll look into, probably a rental. And then Watch Dogs. This game looks amazing, and it makes me wonder, can I play as the NSA in Watch Dogs? It's a political joke. It's pretty bad. Anyway, moving on. The game looks fucking amazing. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. No. After Assassin's Creed 3, this is the last thing that I want from Ubisoft. I can't... it takes the worst aspect of Assassin's Creed 3 and brings it to the front. The number one selling point of this title is the naval combat, the ability to be a pirate, which that's not an Assassin's Creed game. It's not. Pirates are not assassins. I don't know where Ubisoft got mixed up with that. The naval warfare in Assassin's Creed 3 was probably one of the worst aspects of it, in my opinion. And especially after the way that Assassin's Creed 3 was done story-wise, I have no desire to pick up Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. However, I have heard that Liberation on the Vita is pretty good, but I haven't got my hands on it yet. So, if that's the case, I'll probably check that one out. But Black Flag, I could honestly care less about this game. And there's a thunderstorm going on. I don't know if you guys can hear that through the mic, but it's got some thunder and lightning going on outside. That's why I'm kind of looking off over here, because I see the bolts coming out of the sky over here. Maybe it's a sign that, oh, Ubisoft was here. We should probably, bring down the wrath of God. Overall, Ubisoft, I don't know. I think this is the worst handled out of all the conferences so far. Again, I did not like the host. The game selection that they have really wasn't all that, except for one other thing that really caught my eye, and that was Tom Clancy's The Division. an open world third person shooter MMO thing kind of going on, where a virus has taken over the U.S. It's infected people and all of this, and you're working with a team known as part of the division that goes around, and you're working and performing these shadow ops in civilian clothes with assault weapons in New York City in the middle of the winter. And this just looks really, really cool. And I'm almost certain that the person who was playing this, because they made an attempt to highlight the fact that they were holding a controller, I think they were playing this on the Xbox One. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but then again, it also had a light in the same place that the PS4 controller has. So I'm not sure which console it was being played on, but it looks like it was being played on one of the next-gen consoles. So with all that being said, Ubisoft, next time definitely work on which host or hostess that you pick, because this one was unbearable to watch. Other than a few titles here and there, the rest of it just looks like things that's either going to piss off fanboys of long-term franchises, or you have things like the epic quest for the mighty loot, which looks hilarious, and I really want to play this game. In fact, I'm probably going to try to sign up for the beta as soon as I get done filming this. Definitely check that game out, along with Tom Clancy's The Division, and of course, Watch Dogs, probably the hot product when it comes to the next-gen consoles coming out. So, I mean, that game looks fucking amazing, and that trailer helps solidify that for me with the protagonist, if we even know he's a protagonist at this point, busting this guy for human trafficking and then displaying it all over Times Square, and all over the electronic signs. It's got all the pictures of the women, and then it's got a live feed of him, and it says, "I'm watching you." It's going to be one of those games where it's sort of a satire on the current state of security in the United States, but at the same time, using Big Brother's own power against them, if you will, doing the whole White Knight Valor thing. So, Ubisoft definitely improve next time. So, other than that, Phantasm Mask here, signing out.